Maine lobster is among the world's finest exported goods around the world for those willing to pay the high price for a bit of its succulent meat. But prices this year have gone into a free fall, putting pressure on one of the state's biggest industries. Karina Huber has more from the state of Maine.
Life is never easy for lobstermen, but for those associated with the Heritage Lobster Co-op in Maine, this summer has been harder than ever. Their catches have been plentiful, but prices have plummeted, making it hard for many to stay afloat.
The price is so low now that it's almost to the point of not bothering to go.
Lance Wotan has been working as a lobsterman for 63 years.
I see it once before, 100 years ago.
The wholesale price for a soft-shell lobster, which represents the bulk of their catch, fell to below $2 per pound this summer. That's roughly 40% lower than last year. Experts say dwindling numbers of predators is one reason for the abundance of lobsters that have driven prices lower. But the main culprit, they say, is unseasonably warm weather. The warm weather caused the lobsters to shed their hard shells earlier in the season, leaving the lobstermen with an abundance of soft-shell lobsters, which are harder to sell. They can't be transported long distances because they're too fragile, and they're less attractive to restaurants because they contain less meat. Peter McCallany is a lobster dealer in Portland. He says the early arrival of the soft shells threw the industry off.
That's all water. The market wasn't ready for them. And normally what we do when we get a lot of soft shells, we process them. Well, you couldn't process them because the processors weren't even open. They didn't even have the workers ready.
The industry was left with tons of soft-shell lobsters, but no market for them. The tourists are now flocking to Maine, lining up for hours to get a bite of the succulent meat. But prices are still low.
Usually, like, there's 4 months out of the season that you make your, the big money in lobster, and we're already the second one into it now. So, I don't know. I don't know what the future is going to be. I really don't.
For many lobstermen, this summer is a write-off. They only hope the state will do more to create new markets for the crustaceans, and that next year they'll be better prepared if another glut occurs. Karina Huber, CCTV, Maine.